Hi guys, it's Ivan Trades, and it's been a while, and I want to make a new trade recap on a trade which I took on the US 100 or NASDAQ if you trade futures market. It says a market maker sell model on US 100 yesterday on Thursday. Specifically after on the 26th of December, after the on the Boxing Day. So it was shortly after the news which manipulated the higher first, and I want to make a short trade recap on my thought process on how I was able to frame that trade in this range bound delivery of yesterday. So essentially what I was looking for is there's two imbalances. This one is a CB and this one is a BC, and what I was looking for, I was watching how the price was reacting to the premium of the previous day's range, which was Wednesday, which was a pretty large range. So when I seen the price manipulating higher, I was anticipating some bearish momentum due to the fact that we were inside of these two PDRs. So there was some kind of back and forth before the news was released, and I was anticipating some bearish prey to the downside if the news manipulated higher first. So when the news happened, I hopped on the 15-minute time frame to see if there is any valid CB or BC to react from, and here it was available. The news nearly missed it, and also on the downside there was price was coming off of discount array right here. So I was expecting some kind of bearish prey to the downside after the news. You can say that this one is the news candle 9:30, and it was 9:45 macro, which I was anticipating some bearish move. So when I realized that at 9:30 the news candle manipulated to the upside, sweeping the sell side liquidity listing above this relatively equal highs right here, and reacting off of this imbalance, I decided to drop down. Also, you can see that during the Asian session we swept the previous day's high, which happened essentially to this candle of 12:45 a.m. So that is when we swept the previous day's high. So I was framing a short setup which could displace away from this balanced price range right here, which was formed during the previous hours of the Asian session. So I then dropped to slightly low time frame on the 5-minute time frame, and on a closer inspection of the intermarket relationship, you can see that there was some kind of an SMT where this high was never swept on the S&P 500. The high of the imbalance which we reacted, the 15-minute CB which we were reacting off of, was never touched on the S&P 500. It was this one which was formed at 3:35 a.m. So that was my reasons for being bearish. You can see that we had formed the London low right here. So that was my draw on liquidity. The London low, which was formed off of 1 hour BC, and below, slightly below the premium or the discounts of the previous days range. So that was why I was very bearish. So the confirmations for this trade, essentially, they are the usual ones: changing sectors, delivery, lower time frame, SMP, and entry on the imbalance, which was formed, displacing below the intermediate time low. So this time the intermediate time low was this one. I entered without waiting for the return on the, because we were already in the macro, so I did not wait for a return into the BC before I entered around here, I guess. Yeah, and then I targeted the lower. I was targeting the Asian low, the London lows, which you can see. I was targeting the London's low, and the trade pretty much shot straight to the TP. You can see that this arrow, if you can see the trade alive record, that arrow was pretty an indicative of my buyer sell. Let me show you the executions, and yeah, I think that will be it for this week. So let me revert my chart. Today I did not take a trade, however I was tape reading this price action, which is very the price action for today might provide a bigger range to the downside, but I prefer to not participate in it because this trade right here was formed when I was not around. So this trade right here was formed when I was not around, so I don't want to chase the price. I'm gaining but ultimately the draw on liquidity is the previous day's low, which is Thursday's low, and also the Friday tends to be tricky by reversing all the way to the open of the weekly candle, or at least to the equilibrium of the current week's range. So I do not expect bullish momentum to come in play, but we will see. We will see. If we reach the previous day's low, I think the price will just consolidate just like that, because already even though this week have been a very rangy one, the objectives of the weekly objectives haven't even been met yet, but we cannot expect a lot from this week because there has been a lot of news, a lot of holidays, bank holidays. Even today most of them are around, so if not for the maybe Black Swan event or any other thing, I think the market will just range. It can reach the previous day's low and range, or even range already right there, because we have reached the equilibrium of the the previous day's range or the previous week's range. Yeah, I think that was it. So you can subscribe if you have not already done it, or share the video if it helped you in some way, and so we can grow together. So right here you can see, let me show you my executions for yesterday on a NAS 100. The only trade which I took in this week, I guess, and some break-even trade on the Euro USD. Let's go to the trade section, close the trades. Yeah, GBP USD was a break-even trade, but no, GBP USD was a Friday one, which was a break-even, but yeah, it's part of the process. And yeah, happy trading. Let me show you my executions and then I'll be off. And happy new year as well. I hope that I will reach my exponential year by 2025 if God is willing to let me do. But go to a slightly higher time frame. So you can see where the trade I took was. So this was the sell side liquidity which I was targeting. So far I exited by the low of today, by the formation of the low of today right here. That was the low of the Thursday's price, of the Thanksgiving price action. As you can see, it is being run, and I was anticipating it to be run too. So that is a pretty good indication of progress as a trader, is that you can see things happening and you do not allow the losses to get on your head, and also you can predict the moves and do not fear any, and you can predict the moves and do not feel any need to FOMO into taking it, because you know that these things repeats itself day in and day out. So I think that's it for now, and let me show you first my executions on the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, I think that's it. I entered into this week right here. As I told you, I did not wait for any feeling of an imbalance right there, because I knew that these fair value gaps might even not be filled, because the price was in a rush to get to the other side of the sell side liquidity right there. So I exited exactly at this low right here. So it was a pretty quick trade. I don't think it even took like 30 minutes. It was a 3-minute trade. Yeah, my smallest trade, to be fair. 3-minute trade. Yeah, I think that's it. And happy trading, happy new year. Follow for more content, and I'm thinking about launching a free Telegram community for us to share what we know so far. As you know, we are at different levels in our game, and without learning from others, you are doing something, a disservice for yourself. So I will let you know if I open the channel, and we will see how it grows. And I hope you learned something from this, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do it and follow for more content. And thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.